Connecting the dots, connecting his guests to the world, creating more connections. Welcome to The Connection with your host, Jay Miralles, podcasting from the Parkville Studios.
We are at the Blackstone Social Series. So this is the Blackstone District, and we want to tell the story. So this is a 4-part series happening over the next 4 Fridays. We have local businesses here. We're at Sternella, and we have people who are end users that just live in the community as well. So I am so excited. This segment is brought to you by the B4B Symposium, Make an Impact, November the 7th. At the Omaha Palazzo, 7 incredible speakers, including a keynote by Paul Jarrett, the CEO of Bulu Box. 7 speakers, food trucks, networking, happy hour. Make sure you get your tickets ASAP, and that is November the 7th. I'm so excited to have my next guest on the show. Her name is Brianna Parriott. So thank you so much for being on our show today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be here.
So we were advertising the Blackstone Social or the Blackstone District broadcast, and I put out there, who frequents the Blackstone District? And you replied on there, and I'm so interested. I want to tell people what segment of society you're from. You're a millennial, right?
I'm a millennial. I'm 25. Yes,
Awesome.
I love the Blackstone.
Yes.
Whenever I go out with my friends, this is
Yes.
always where we come.
Okay, so let's talk about that. There's so many different places besides here to go. Tell me why this is kind of your go-to.
I think it's more unique, and it's a little bit more my age, whereas Benson and downtown's going to be a little bit younger.
Right. So tell me, when you say, where do you live? What part of the city do you live in?
I live in West Omaha, so it's
Okay.
it's like a 25-minute drive down here, but it's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you do come down here, you bring friends, and where's one of your go-tos? It's okay. You can just tell me, where's your go-tos down here?
I love Reno's karaoke.
Yes.
It's so much fun.
So they have little rooms there and larger rooms, different size rooms, right, where
Yes.
you can rent out?
Yep, you got to
and
rent
just-
them out. Make
Yeah.
your reservation because they book up there pretty quick.
I'm sure. And how many people do you usually take with you to karaoke?
The last group I did it with was probably about 10 people.
So there's karaoke bars, right, all over town, but that's sometimes where it's just one person singing to everybody in there. Tell me why it's different at Reno's.
They have 2 microphones, and they're a little bit lower on the volume, so
Yeah.
if you're a bad singer like me, it's not a big deal.
But
a
it's
lot of fun.
segmented, right? You can have a
Yes.
private room to you and your friends.
Yes, private room. They'll
Yeah.
usually start it off with shots, which
Yeah.
most
Oh
people
my-
need.
Yes, no doubt. Is that your place, like outside of the singing in the shower? Is it comfortable to sing there?
Oh, it's comfortable, yes. And they have my favorite drink there,
What
like the
is it?
best gin drink that I've ever had.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
made with rabbit's foot gin.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so good. A little cherry on it.
Oh my! So is it sugary or not sugary?
It's a little sweeter. Yeah.
Sweeter. Okay. Okay. So you're a gin gal. You like gin?
Oh yeah, gin's my go-to.
What's your second favorite drink?
Probably margaritas and Moolah right down the
Oh
street
my gosh,
has
I
amazing
love Moolah.
margaritas.
I do love Moolah. I love their what is the sandwich called? It's called the torta. The torta
Yes.
sandwich. Oh my gosh. I love the tequila there too. A little too much.
Their tequila is really good.
So where else do you like coneflower?
I love Cone Flour. I love how the owner of it, sources all their ingredients locally.
People need to know that.
Yes,
That's a
they
big
do.
deal.
Absolutely. So last time I was there, I was talking to him, and he was telling me that he grew the mint for their mint chocolate chip,
Yeah.
at his house.
That's awesome.
I know. I think that's very cool. My favorite one there is their tart cherry crumble, though.
Oh,
So
my
good.
gosh.
Highly recommend it.
There's this one that I love. It's the sriracha with Cracker Jacks, and they hardly ever have it, but when they
it's
do,
very
it's like
good.
special.
I've
And
had that one.
Have you? And I hope secretly every time I walk in there that something is produced like that. But it's only doing like College World Series. So I want to talk about you. I want to talk about your story. So you're a business owner, 25 years old. You're a millennial, but did you work somewhere before you opened your business? And we'll get to that. So where'd you work before that?
So at the time when I started, I was in college at
Yes.
UNO, the business school, and I
Yeah.
had my internships
Yeah.
in business, and I enjoyed it, but I was working in a cube farm,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I would finish that up and want to go home and make brownies for the office or cookies for the office.
Yeah.
So that was always where my passion was baking.
So did people do that with you when you were young? Was the house always baking or cooking or no? How was that?
No, not really. My passion was born when I got an easy bake oven.
Oh my gosh.
I
here's
wanted to
what's
use it all the
crazy.
time.
So I'm 49 years old.
Okay.
The Easy Bake Oven was the bomb. I remember, so I didn't get one, my cousins did, and I swear every time I went to their house, I just wanted to do that.
Oh, it's
It
so
had
fun.
a light bulb in it, right?
Yes.
You know, I'm like, how does this even work? And I was impatient, so we never finished and it'd be half done. So Easy Bake Oven, you did that for fun.
Oh, for fun, yeah. My
Yeah.
parents had to limit me, like, how many things I could bake in that a day.
So you were just addicted to that. It was your
Oh, I
pastime.
was, yes.
So what made you leave the Cube Farm and become an entrepreneur?
I just realized that's like where my passion was baking, and I wanted to be able to do something that was more fulfilling.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like going into a cube farm every day and
No.
looking at spreadsheets was fulfilling at all.
No.
And I know a lot of people do that, and that's fine. But for me, I wanted something where I could make people's day. I love like delivering my cookies and seeing like people smiling that they're so excited for them and making their party sparkle.
Yes.
So I don't make just cookies; they're designer cookies. So it's like the Mercedes-Benz of cookies.
No, and I have a Mercedes-Benz. That's what I drive. So let's talk about that, right? Because there's people who do what you do. Give us the name of the business. How can we find you on Facebook?
Yes, mine is Be Sweet Omaha. So on Instagram, it's at Be Sweet Omaha, just BESWEET Omaha. And on Facebook, I am Be Sweet Bakery Omaha.
How about on Insta?
On the Insta, yep, I said that one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I was just so thinking about cookies right now.
I brought you some.
I know you did. That's amazing. Thank you for doing that. So you said to people, "I'm going to do this." Was there any opposition? Like, are you crazy?
I think that, no, there wasn't any opposition. I had a lot of people actually telling me that I should start a business. I think the most opposition was just me in my mind thinking,
Yes.
like, am I going to be able to do this? Because I
Yes.
didn't have like the comfort and like the padding
Right.
of the corporate job.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you have to.
But looking back now, is it really a comfort and padding, or is your freedom of time comfort and padding?
Oh yeah, it absolutely is. I don't have to take vacation days. I can go
Right.
somewhere whenever I want to. It's so
But I
nice.
will tell you one thing about you when I talk to you about your business, how determined you were, and you're disciplined with your time, right?
Oh, you have to be disciplined for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
I mean-
you have to have a lot of inner motivation. Otherwise, you're not gonna just make it as an entrepreneur.
Do you ever feel like not doing cookies some days or not baking custom goods, and you're just like, ugh? Be honest. It's
On
honesty.
occasion, but I just love it so much and I love making my clients happy that that keeps me motivated.
That's awesome. And can you truly say that you're beyond just the money for it?
Oh, absolutely. No, I don't think if you're going to go into being an entrepreneur, you don't want to go in it for the money. You go in it for providing value to your clients,
Right.
and then the money will follow.
So there's some person listening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe her name is Karen or his name is Bill. He's just listening to this and saying, I wish I could be a business owner, and what advice would you have for them?
I would say to just do it and not wait, because I think a lot of people put it off because they're scared to do it. But just do it. People love supporting entrepreneurs and local people.
Yes, and I think you have a good network. You're very connected, and I think that you have a great personality. I don't care how good your cookies are going to be. If you're not good as a person, no one's going to buy from you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. And you got to utilize social media, too. Instagram's been huge.
I know. I watch, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm just being honest. I'm keto, but if I were to break my mold, I'm going to splurge on those.
Okay.
Seriously, I appreciate that. So let me talk to you about, I want your immediate reaction. I want good or bad. So when I say the word or the phrase, you say good or bad, okay? Ready? Transportation in Omaha.
Bad.
Okay, tell me why it's bad.
I think we need more other types of transportation, because I feel like when I travel to different areas, they have a lot more variety for that.
Okay.
And I know that we're trying to make the rail system through
Yes,
here, right?
yes, right.
Yeah.
And good, bad, or indifferent, and I'm not really
I like
that
that.
educated about it, right? I'm being
Yes.
honest with you, and I'm
Me
not
too.
that, and I'm just saying, like, it would be great to have that, and we compare ourselves to Chicago and all these other cities and Kansas City. Do you really think that is going to enhance our population or our city? I don't know. I'm not opposed. I'm not.
I think it would pleasantly surprise people. And Omaha already is a pleasant surprise, I think, when people travel here because they're expecting cornfields. And we have like a lot of, we're coming with like a lot of cool areas. Like when I go to Denver and I go to Nashville.
So you do travel.
Yes,
you do travel.
I do.
So you can compare this to other places.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So in your heart of hearts, have you ever been wanting to be pulled to another city and said, I want to move to Denver, or I don't want to be in Omaha?
There's times when I want to move, yes, but I love Omaha. We have a lot to do here, and cost of living is just amazing.
I know. That was going to be my next question is, when someone says to you, Brianna, what is there to do in Omaha? What do you say to them?
I tell them I'll take them on a tour because there is a lot to do here, and I always actually recommend Blackstone to anyone that's traveling here.
Yes.
And tell them to go to Night Owl. And I tell them actually Sternella
I've
is
never
really
been
good
to
too.
Night Owl yet. I haven't
Night
yet.
Owl is a lot of fun. So it's kind of like the Red Lion Lounge, which is right down here.
Yes.
And they're both like kind of like the 70s bars, like a little more sunken. And it reminds me of Mad Men. Which I love
Mad Men.
Oh, me too. It's one of my favorite
Netflix.
shows.
Oh, I'd love to watch that.
I've like watched it multiple times.
You're like an old soul.
Yeah.
You're like an old, mature soul.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, you've heard that before. And honestly, at 25 years old, running a successful business, I'm not surprised. Just knowing what little I know about you and the little that we've had in interaction. But I think it's important that you know that I regard you as a true business owner, and that I think that you are one of the people who've made it or are making it. Listen, there's struggles, right? And there's things that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's on next for your company, you think? What's your next move, or is that secret?
Well, I like how it is right now because I like keeping it smaller and being able to provide like superb customer service. And I never want the quality of like my designer cookies to go down at all. But I have thought about branching out and franchising. I've been approached to do that.
Yep.
Or supplying other local businesses like coffee shops.
That's smart.
Love to do
distribution would be a great move for you because you still have control.
Yes.
You just got to grow bigger in volume and have somebody transport and all that for you.
Yes,
but,
absolutely.
So, the other part I really admire about you is it's not easy to do what you do because you've got to be consistent with recipe, consistent with time, and your volume fluctuates, right? Some days are heavier than others, or no?
Yeah, there's some days that are heavier than others, but my business has been very consistent. My clients.
Do you have a problem saying no?
I do have a problem saying no sometimes.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I'm a pleaser.
Yes.
I like to please my clients.
Yeah. So, how long have you been in business?
I've been in business now about 3.5, 4 years.
That's just great because if you can make it past your first year and truly...
Oh, I know, yeah.
That's hard. That's the hardest.
The first year is the hardest for entrepreneurs.
Did you ever look back and say, oh my God, I made a mistake?
No, not at all.
Never?
No, I love it.
That's rare. That's rare. Honestly, most people, they question what they do, why they do, and things of that nature. So another thing for you, Blackstone. Let's go back to Blackstone, the story.
Yeah. Love Night Owl. So Night Owl, I always tell everyone about the corn dogs at Night Owl.
There's corn dogs there? Oh my gosh.
They have corn dogs. Well, I went there a couple weeks ago to get one.
Yeah.
I love them, and they discontinued them. So if the owner of Night Owl is listening,
they better be
I hope
listening.
they bring him back.
So it was like, was it during late night that those corn dogs were so good?
Night Owl has very good late night food, yeah, but their corn dogs are always good.
Have you eaten at Bob's? Yeah, Bob's Donuts.
Oh, Bob's Donuts, they're amazing.
Tell me about that place, because
they're very unique flavors.
And they're freaking huge.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like a whole meal. Go ahead, take a drink of that. I know you want to. So don't forget, this segment is brought to you by the Omaha Gift Company. If you need a gift and are looking to make an impact, the Omaha Gift Company can take care of all your gift-giving needs. Use code JAY and get the secret discount. So big shouts. And we're going to raffle that off at the end of today. So I have Brianna Parriott still on our show, and she is a 25-year-old millennial entrepreneur. You're a mom too, yes?
Yes, I am.
Yes. So talk about that, right? Like, you have to balance all this.
It's a lot of balance, yep. I have a 4-year-old.
Yes, it's awesome.
It definitely takes a lot of balance, but he helps me with my business, and I'm
That's good.
teaching him
Does he test
entrepreneurship.
Yes.
And he also, I am really into volunteering in the Omaha area.
Tell me about that.
The Women's Center for Advancement right here.
It's right there.
Yes, they just rebuilt that.
Yeah.
I've been in there doing volunteer work.
Good
and I
for
always
you.
bring him too because I want him to grow up knowing that that's very important.
Wow.
We
that's
donate our
huge.
time.
Yeah, that's a big deal. You just got so much to you a dimension that I never even knew. So when you give up your time, either away from son or away from family or whatever, what other things do you do? Where else do you volunteer your time? Where do you spend your time? I didn't even ask you what you did for fun yet, besides going to Blackstone.
For fun, I like to spend time with my friends. I'm a very social person. I'm very outgoing, and I work alone right now.
Yeah.
So I'm an extrovert, so I definitely need that time where I'm
Yes.
getting away and talking to people.
Yeah.
And being a social butterfly. And this brunch social right next to us is
Yes.
actually very good. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. They have an amazing fried chicken with a maple donut from Bob's.
Ooh,
so good.
that sounds
Not
so
healthy
good.
at all. You definitely need to work out after you eat that, but it's delicious.
So if
We
you're...
need
yeah,
we need more trendy.
places.
I was just gonna say we need more trendy brunch places in Omaha because there weren't a lot
Honestly.
of. That's like my go-to brunch spot now.
Is it really?
There weren't a lot of those before.
So you drive all the way down here a
Oh yeah.
lot.
Yes.
Good for
Yeah.
you. Good for you.
I used to live down here in the Tudor Arms.
I didn't know that.
It was before it was hopping and popping down here, so it's been very cool to see it
Emerge.
Yes, exactly.
If you were to take a date out somewhere here, somebody would take you a date out on a good, good dinner, where would that be? Honestly, and don't.
Sternella
Okay.
is a really great dinner place, and how they have the different options for different courses.
Yes.
Meatball is good.
Yes.
I like moolah.
Oh,
It
I
has a
love
really
moolah.
fun atmosphere
Mhm.
there. But there's it runs the gamut here because there's also the takeout Indian down there, and it's
Yes,
a quick, just in and out kind
Absolutely.
of a place. So I like how they have all the different options.
It's known for its good restaurants and eateries for sure. What about
Yes.
entertainment? Here, do you think if you had a wish, what would you put here? If you were a developer, what would you put in this area to say this needs this?
Well, we already have the brunch spot. We have the karaoke. Probably probably another entertainment spot.
Kind of like a venue where people can
Yes.
play music.
Yeah, that would be really good.
That would be cool. Where's the closest place here? I don't even know.
We don't have a lot of live music in Omaha, and that's actually something I noticed when I travel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good live music.
Yes.
And we need more of that here,
I
for sure.
think that's just going to attract people to spend
Yes.
money anyway.
I think so too. And there's the good speakeasy down there.
Oh, yes, yes.
Underneath the Blackstone Social,
Yes.
which is a very fun bar.
So Mike DiGiacomo, he was just here right before you, and I remember when Mike DiGiacomo and his brother were working on that place and how much history there is there. But so back to you one more time. I want
Yes.
to talk about your business, and
Okay.
I know in Omaha, do you think it's an easier place or it's a good place to start a business?
For me, my personal experience, it has been very easy. And I think a lot of people around here like to support local and support their local entrepreneurs. I actually, when I first started it, I didn't think it was going to be a full-time job. I thought it would be just kind of a side
side
biz,
hustle,
just for
yeah,
fun.
right,
Exactly.
right.
And it quickly grew into my full-time business.
I bet.
And I actually had to cut down on some of my shipping orders because I was too busy, and I would much prefer to serve my local
Yeah.
Omaha clients.
Well, what's cool is you serve a lot of different segments, right?
Yes,
Old
I do.
and young and
Oh, yeah.
corporate and
Yes.
personal.
Yep.
Are there any good customers of yours that just oh, it's a cute old lady who just does it every now and then? Are there any older customers that order from you just maybe for because they like your companionship or they like seeing you?
Yeah, there's one in particular that I'm thinking of, and she's just the sweetest older lady, and her husband is so sweet. And I always end up chatting with them for at least 30 minutes when they pick up their order, because they're just so sweet.
That's awesome.
They have
That's
nice things to
awesome.
say.
So I'm going to say another thing here, and I want your reaction, okay? Because we kind of touched on this, but I want to
Okay.
see what your real reaction to. Get ready, good or bad? Ready? Lime scooters.
Oh, Lime scooters. Those are so much fun.
Okay, so you like them?
Yes.
Okay, so
I love them. Highly recommend going on one with a date, and I don't know if Lime advises this, but you can ride double on there.
I've seen it. There was
So
this
fun.
guy today driving by, and he was riding two scooters at the same time. Did you know that there's people that get paid to? So if you're a juicer or whatever you want to call it, they call it a juicer. Somebody who maintains those, and you get paid.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah. They'll give you the GPS
Yes.
of it, and you go
Yes.
pick them up, charge
Yes.
them up for the night, and put them back
Yeah.
out in the morning. Yeah,
That's pretty cool, and you
it
make
is very
money.
cool. I've heard they do pretty well.
That's awesome. So no, I think it's innovative.
It's very innovative.
So the other thing I wanted to ask you is when people say to you, I don't know much about Blackstone Social and why should I go there? And I know you've said it, you've highlighted it, but what are some of the things that we don't think about that are here at Blackstone Social?
It's just a
or
really
Blackstone District. Sorry, Blackstone District.
Yeah, Blackstone District. I just like it because it's a really fun atmosphere, and it usually like the crowd is a lot of fun. So when I come down, I always end up making new friends.
Yeah,
and
that's
talking
huge.
to a lot of
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Do you think that, people who in West Omaha, that's a big challenge, people in what, you live in West Omaha.
I live in West Omaha.
Right, and do some of your friends go, oh my gosh, it's too far? Do they ever do that?
No, not too often, because I feel like in West Omaha there aren't any areas like this at all.
There aren't.
So yeah, if you want to go to it, you have to drive, because there's Dundee
Yes.
in here,
Which
and
I
downtown. Yes, but
So-
this is my favorite.
So Blackstone is your favorite. You
Yes.
do go to Dundee, you go to Old Market. Do you ever go to Old Market then?
No, not usually.
Not really. So years ago,
Years
a lot
ago,
of
yeah.
I used to DJ down at the Old
Oh.
Market. Yeah, so it was a hopping place. Do you go to Midtown ever? Midtown Crossing, Turner Park?
No, they don't have a very good nightlife.
Okay, which is it's different, right?
Yes,
I mean,
it's
you would think
definitely
with
different.
UNO being right there
Yes.
that it would be. It's crazy.
It is, yeah.
So
I think a
this
lot
is-
of the college students,
Yeah.
UNO and Creighton, they would go
Yes.
downtown.
This is a good hidden secret here.
It is, yes. It's more like young professionals.
Yeah,
why I like it.
let me ask you this in your perception. What do you think the average age is here in your perception? And you don't have to be right or wrong, just what you see. I mean, there's old people like me, but
No. Oh, you're not old. I think you're a young soul.
I love you.
No, I think it's probably around 25, 35.
25,
In-
35-ish.
Yes, in that range.
A couple other people have said the same thing that you just said, which is true. It doesn't exclude anybody, though.
No,
it doesn't say
absolutely not.
you can't come here.
Anyone of any age could have a good time in Blackstone.
Absolutely, I love the diversity here
Yes.
too. There's
Oh,
something
for
to
sure.
do for everybody. Do you ever go to Spielbound? It's right around the corner. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's that
Yes.
board gaming place. Have you ever been there?
I've been there once. Yeah, it is. It's different. I'm not a huge board game. I like a lot of action and
Yes.
excitement. So board games aren't usually my go-to, but it is fun.
So you don't play Dungeons and Dragons or
No,
anything?
karaoke.
Oh my gosh. So let me ask you about coffee. Are you a coffee buff? Do you love coffee or not really? Or could you
I
take
do
it?
love coffee, yes.
Okay.
And I was actually just in Hawaii and had the best coffee ever because
Okay.
they grow it locally there.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
good.
Archetype is right up the
Archetype,
street.
yes.
Yeah.
So they have very good coffee also, and I like how they cut out a lot of the sugar and the
Yes,
syrup, and they
yes.
just kind of keep it coffee as
Yes.
in its natural
In its
state.
natural state.
I love that.
And I love that Coneflower carries their coffee flavor, which is awesome.
Yes.
And I think if I had one wish, and I don't know this that well, but I wish the businesses worked more collaborative with each other, just like those guys are. That's a great example. Coneflower incorporates a lot of these local businesses and these eateries with their product, or their samples. Let me ask you this. So, as busy as you are, do you feel that, how do I ask this? Do you mentor anybody? Or do you people look at you and say, hey, I'd really like to learn about how to be an entrepreneur. Do you ever get that?
I have had that happen a few times, yes, and it's usually younger girls.
Okay.
More in early high school.
Good.
Some even in middle school.
So you're a role model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think
never
you
thought
are.
of myself like
I
that.
think
but
you are. I mean,
well,
if they're-
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so
And they just have questions about how I started my business and how I got into baking because they have a passion for making cupcakes and they want a
Yeah.
cupcake business.
Yeah.
So I'm always open to mentoring people, taking on interns.
that's awesome.
that.
Oh, Gordon Krentz, a good friend of mine here. He was with the Humane Society for a while. So I do want to wrap this up by saying if you had your way on Omaha getting even better, and this is a big question, right? And you wave a magic wand and here's what it would be. What do you think that magic would be for Omaha to make it even better than what it is?
Well, as we talked about earlier, I think live music would be huge because when I travel to bigger cities, they always have a lot of that. I think I think we just need more people moving in here, more millennials.
population, more
and
millennials.
Yes, younger people. And I think that they would probably choose a job like Nashville or Chicago over
Yes.
Omaha because they haven't been here and they
I
don't
know.
know how awesome it is.
Right.
But when they come visit, usually people fall in love with Omaha.
I think that's important. So I want to say thank you for being on. Anything you want to ask me? Anything? No? You're like, I don't know.
How come you started this podcast? This is so cool.
Oh, thank you for asking. So my podcast, The Connection, is about connecting people, just like yourself. You and I knew each other. We met vicariously through friends, and we have the same networks. But the biggest thing for me is to, when I connected with you, is finding out your why and how you're connected to the community. You're not just a business owner. You're a mom. You're a millennial. You're active in the community. You volunteer your time. I would have never known this had we not been behind this microphone. So it's important to me to get to know people like you, and sometimes it does take this microphone for people to know me. I just want to say thank you, Brianna, for being on, and I'm going to make sure to include all the links, all the things that we can do to grow your business for you. I'm a big fan of yours.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. We want to say thank you so much for listening to this segment. This segment brought to you by the B4B Symposium Make an Impact, November the 7th at Omaha Palazzo. 7 incredible speakers, including a keynote by Paul Jarrett, the CEO of Bulu Box. 7 speakers, food trucks, networking, happy hour. Make sure you get your tickets ASAP. And maybe we can incorporate you somehow into the symposium. Maybe
That'd be fun.
give some gifts and stuff like that. That would be awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for being in the Blackstone District.
Thank you.